So just a couple of comments. It's great to be here at the Water Council, meeting with many of their members, representing organizations that are both small and large, to really help talk about partnerships to tackle our water challenges. In drinking water, in wastewater and stormwater treatment, and in many other arenas, we have significant water challenges across the state and across this country. And the type of innovation that can come from these types of partnerships are quite amazing, as you heard, as you listened to the panelists. I am looking at ways at the federal level to help accelerate technological advances that keep our water supply safe and clean. One of the ways I'm doing that is through teaming up with folks to write the Water Technology Advancement or Acceleration Act. Portions of this measure have already been incorporated in the Water Resources Development Act, but we clearly have more to do. And as we discover and read headlines about new and more water challenges in our state, it just speaks to me that we have to work ever harder to change this policy. Also got some great other policy suggestions that I'm going to take back to Washington with me when we return after the Labor Day holiday. So with that, any questions you might have?
What was the problem getting the other parts of the innovation through Congress, and can you get around those problems?
So we were able to, I think, advance the drinking water aspects of it because of the increased intense focus on the safety of drinking water, whether it's through very high-profile crises like Flint and now Newark, or the recognition that those may be the high-profile stories in the media, but this affects our communities throughout the state, throughout the country, and that there are additional challenges. It's not just lead, it's nitrates, it's a new, I think, an increasing awareness of PFAS. So, that's sort of safety concern number one. But clearly, we have a lot more to do to protect our bodies of water as water is treated, wastewater is treated, as stormwater is managed, that ultimately flow back into our Great Lakes, into our inland rivers and lakes. And so that's, we're going to keep on surging ahead on that.
Is it more, are there going to have to be more problems first before Congress acts, or do you have to educate your fellow?
No, I think the next opportunity will be the next infrastructure package. So obviously we are all not only hoping for, but working towards a major investment in our nation's infrastructure, and that includes roads and bridges, which, by the way, are not irrelevant to this water conversation, especially as we're seeing flooding and bridges and roadways being washed away and needing to be rebuilt. But also, that infrastructure package is also likely to deal with issues like locks and dams, ports, and water infrastructure. So, the next one of those, that's going to be the time to attach reforms like this that, again, make sure that we're not just replacing, 19th and 20th century infrastructure with the same technology except built today. We need to be smarter about it. We need smart water systems, and we can have them. We have all these innovators here who are thinking about exactly how to do that.
One more question, if I could.
Yeah.
You did hear some calls to speed up the process, regulation.
Yes.
How do you strike the balance between what the innovators want to do and what the EPA and others are charged with, making sure what is new is correct?
Yeah, so first of all, I think as a policymaker, I need to understand whether the delays are because that's really how long it takes, or whether the delays are because we're under-resourced in an area that's so key to public health and human safety. And if it's a matter of under-resourcing, we have to talk about our priorities and where, where we need to place those human resources, as well as dollar resources. There are various models that have been used in other agencies that need to approve things. Because of my service on the Health Committee, I'm most familiar with the Food and Drug Administration. It has to guarantee that something is going to be safe for use in the public and effective at what it says it's going to do. But on the other hand, they need time and care to do that. If you have a promising cure, you don't want somebody who's afflicted by something to have to wait 5 years or more for that to happen. And so there's a tension there, and you have to get the right balance. And I think I hope that we'll follow up with the participants here for me to learn more about whether that, whether we're in balance or we're not striking the right balance.